Well, it is Tuesday. It is a very surreal day. I went out this morning to walk the dogs before it warmed up. It's not going to be quite as horridly hot as it's been, but it's still going to be hot. But I walked outside and it must have been a little what it felt like for people after Mount St. Helens a bit, because it was so dark outside and it should have been bright out. But there's so much debris in the air, so much smoke and ash, because the fires here in California are just unbelievable. And it's like people were still driving around with their headlights on their cars. So it is, it's acrid. You can just taste it in the air. It's just so horrible. And my heart just so goes out to the firefighters. Like they have them on the news every night. And you see these people walking around in like maybe 80 pounds of stuff on them, climbing hillsides, dealing with the fire, the heat of the fire in the heat of the sun. And these people are so heroic what they're doing out there. Just amazing, trying to save lives, save properties, livestock. I think about all the wildlife that suffers in these kind of situations. It's really devastating. Things will eventually grow back, but there's so much loss during that period of destruction. It's really sad. And but it's been a busy day. I got on the phone with my accountant just to run some things by him, because he didn't know about the book. I hadn't really talked about that to him yet. And suddenly I went from just, hey, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to make a book that's fun and make people smile and have a great time with this, to, God, now I have a business. I've really got to figure this out, get a resale license and all kinds of tax stuff I have to deal with. Getting a P.O. box, a rental facility for all of the inventory. I mean, it's like a really astounding. It's so much. I mean, there was a certain naivete, I guess, on my part, just thinking about the fun of doing this and not really thinking about the next step that comes with it all. But I'm going for it because I think it's great. I smile every time I look at the layout and everything. I don't have an actual real copy of it yet. I have copies of all the pages, and we're going to get a loose binder version of it soon to do all the last minute, just checking, make sure everything's right and all the no spelling errors or anything like that, even though we've gone through it a half a dozen times, just the final check. And then it heads to printing, and then we're off and running, and then the Kickstarter will begin, and I'll sort all that out. So we had a long talk, and he gave me some things to go talk to Blue about, who I'm doing the book with, who's really the knowledgeable one about doing books. And we'll get that sorted out. And then I was on the phone for quite a while with Chris Caswell, who I mentioned, because I think in yesterday's video I might have met, or at least within the past couple of days, because I talked about when we do this show called We Write the Songs that we do at the Library of Congress every year, that was canceled this year because of the pandemic. And Chris is the musical director of the band that we have for that show to back all the artists who are performing on it. So we talked for a while, and he had been on the phone with all of these other guys I know that we were all mutually talking to each other, like Felix Cavallari from the Rascals and Brett McKenzie from Flight of the Conchords, who were in the middle of doing, or 2/3 of the way through an album with now. He's finishing up some more material. He's down in New Zealand. So we just been kind of catching up. It's so weird because all these people that I'm so used to seeing on a regular basis now, we just don't see each other anymore unless we're Zooming, something like that. So it's just, everything's just kind of in this upside down kind of bizarro world. But we must prevail. We must go on with it and see things through as best we can. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I was digging around yesterday, thinking about a song to do today, and figured out exactly what I was going to do, and now I'm not going to do it because I found something else. Going through YouTube, I came back across an Arsenio Hall show that I had done with Phil Collins, and it was myself, Phil, and David Crosby. And the song we did was That's Just the Way It Is. And I thought, oh, let's do that. Let's do that song today, because on the record, Cross sang on it with Phil. And it's just a beautiful song. Phil is so great at creating atmosphere. And when he just does his drum machine little thing, it's always like In the Air Tonight. It's so infectious and it's so telling. And that's this one has that same kind of a vibe to it. And on this one, I mean, I've got Frankenstein out, but tune my E up to an F, because there's a little line in it, and if I was playing this in standard tuning, I would have to be fingering that F, and then I would jump off the string and it would get empty for a second while I'm hitting that. So this way I can keep it ringing. So let's go ahead and do That's Just the Way It Is, and then we'll visit a little more afterwards. Here we go. That's just the way it is, Phil Collins. I love those songs like that. They're simple songs. It's not a chops song, but it is just one of those things. It's just atmospheres, and when you just get that. I love this bass has such a rich bottom. Love it. So that's it. That's it. That's just the way it is. And I went through, I know I didn't do this unless I completely had a brain meltdown, a synaptic overload. I looked through everything last night and I didn't see this one in there. There's still some more Phil songs I'm going to get to. Wish It Would Rain. That'll take a second to wrap my head around that one again. But there's lots of other goodies. So the one I was going to do today, I'll try to do tomorrow. And it came up released, I think, on a limited number of pressings on this project. But it was like a jam that we did to get sounds for the album. And somehow it ended up being sent out and had been re-recorded. So that's enough of a teaser. You'll hear it tomorrow. So I wish everybody a great day out there. Have as good a day as you possibly can. And think about the people around you, your friends, your family, your community. And just send out positive energy. Everybody needs some positive vibes right now because this has been going on for a long time now. The first month, 2 months, everybody, kind of goes, oh, I can deal with this. But I talk to people now and this many months into it, and pressure and stress is starting to really settle in. And so just be as cool as you can with it all. And thank you to all the people working every single day around the clock, trying to maintain our society as best we can, to keep some semblance of recognizability and normalcy into it. So you're much appreciated. I promise you that. So take good care, and I will see you all tomorrow. And I'm off to take care of some other nonsense now. It's just like the day is packed, and then I have an interview at what time is that? 6 p.m. tonight. Doing that, and then I have one at the crack of dawn tomorrow with somebody from the UK, I believe. So I'm trying to accommodate his time. So I think it's going to be like 9:30 or 9 in the morning, something like that. But it seems to be something every day, and I really enjoy it. Obviously I enjoy talking. Shut up. But it's always great talking to people from other countries. Some of their interviews can be real interesting because they're looking at things from a different perspective. And but it's all about music, and it gives me a chance to really hustle about the immediate family, because I'm so very proud of our band and what we're doing. And I talked to Waddy yesterday, and we're just all so, as you can say, just so horny to play. We're going to be doing a live concert the beginning of October. We'll stream it. We're not going to stream it live this time, I don't think. I think we're going to go ahead and just get this thing right, because last time we did it, there were technical issues that we were unaware of until after the stream went out. So this time we're going to make sure it's all right. Then we'll stream it, just because I don't want people coming to see us and being disappointed, thinking, oh, it should have been better. I thought you guys were better than that, because certain things aren't in your control. And this way, I think it's going to be really good. And the wonderful Don Lombardi, as I've mentioned, has given us the DW Drums facility to do it from. They've got a big sound stage there, and that's going to be great. And I've said before, Don and I go back to around 1964, where we were in a band called the John Gross Quartet. And it was John Gross and Stanley Seal and Don and myself. And we were all a bunch of punk kids, but we were playing jazz. And Don's older brother had a restaurant in downtown LA called Lombardi's. And we used to go down there, and we would get to play for meals. just imagine that. You actually got food. So okay, well, you take good care, and I will see you tomorrow off and running here. So bye-bye.